I bought this 1980 Dodge Dakota about a year and a half ago, brought it home, and it's been sitting ever since. It's a 4-cylinder with a 5-speed. I bought it for the 5-speed transmission. I wanted to put it in my 66 Dart. But you know, aside from a faulty computer and faulty fuel pumps, it's sort of intact. I have some parts, an ignition computer, distributor, and carburetor. You want to see if we can make it run? Let's air up the tires, push it in the shop, and make a day of it, or maybe a weekend. If it doesn't run, we'll strip it down, because we got to move the cars that don't run, don't start, don't move, because we have an epidemic of dead vehicles, and we ain't Dead Dodge Garage. I'll give you the walk around. She's just a 2-wheel drive, standard cab, short bed Dakota. I don't think it's ever been out in the snow. It's got more rust on the roof than down underneath. It could be a frame for a hot rod, rat rod build. All the body is pretty, I mean, it's not so bad. It was a younger guy. He bought it from a friend. It was running at the time, but he needed a commuter car, so he was commuting in something else, and this sat too much. And then it wouldn't start, and then they hacked into the wiring. I don't know if the wiring was the reason it wouldn't start. I think it was the fuel pump. Maybe the mice got in it or something like that. This is what happens when vehicles sit around in a field somewhere. But no more stardiness. It's a fun little project starter for the right person. I don't know, it's kind of sporty. We were going to use the front bumper on the other Valiant, so we cut it down, but we could make it work again. I think we could get it back on, get a new bumper back on there. I think the glass is all in there. Let's take a look at the interior. It wasn't so bad. It wasn't like offensive, I think. Oh, it's vinyl interior and it's cracked and worn out. It doesn't have an offensive odor. The dash is all beat up. The door cards look all right. You can tell by the pile of fuses on the floor there that somebody was having issues. I pulled it was throttle body injection, and I pulled that off. Somebody also stole the windshield wiper out of it. I don't know why, but we could probably scavenge one of those if we ever got to the point where we were going to do something with it. I'm going to go get the skid loader, see if we can pull it a lot closer to the garage. Have some fun. Yeah, that tire is pretty flat. But it did have air in it when I parked it here. Let's see if we can get something going. Come on, tire. You could do it. Oh, it went on a bead. Oh, the mosquitoes, they're biting. There you go. Look at that. That might already be enough to roll. Oh, you can see the cracks in the sidewall. Gonna need some 14-inch tires if we get this going anywhere. How much air we got left in our tank? We're still feeding it 50. Well, it doesn't have anything close to that in it yet, so let's give it some more. This was the worst one, so all the mosquitoes are swarming me. Ah, it's biting me. Look at it. There's 2 of them on me right now. Jeez, oh man. Gotta get out of here. Ah, they're draining my blood. The vampires. Oh, I can't take it. The compressor is insane. Ah. Okay, compressor, you're too loud. You're too loud. I can't. No. You're close enough. Good Lord. Welcome to the stream. I am Kim of Kim Fixes Things. If you never have, check out my channel. I do things. Fix stuff sometimes. Every once in a while, I actually fix something. Most of the time, I just fool around with junk. And, I try to be funny, amusing. I'm here with your host tonight, Buck Del Campo of the Buck Del Campo, but you already knew that because we are here. I was trying to push it around by myself because he was occupied with things, with other projects for the afternoon. And so I couldn't get it in here. But one of the problems that I was having is this thing sputtering so bad. Dakota's right outside, but this thing is spitting and sputtering, and I'm afraid to start pushing it uphill for fear that this will die out and I'll get run over. So I really got to get it like running properly. You know what? That's why we're here. We're trying to get it move it on. I've got a V8 that would go in that. I got a 360 and a 727 transmission that would turn that into. But right now it's got a little 4. I think it's a 2.2. I don't even remember. I've never even really looked into it too heavy.
Well, we didn't record that, did we?
So
You can snag it off the live.
Maybe. I don't know what was wrong with the wiring. I don't know what they were doing in here, but all the wiring is
I've seen a 2.2 break a Dana 60 axle.
unbraided. I bought this to make it work. Check that out.
She bought this. What? I mean, I'm going to say, what is it? I mean, it's a distributor, but what specifically is different about this? This is the original distributor.
And then that's distributor for a Volkswagen.
This is for a Volkswagen? Well, a Volkswagen and a 2.2 aren't the same thing.
Oh, but it fits in there just perfect.
The Volkswagen engines are in the little front drive Chryslers were 1.7s.
So
I mean, it's not that. Okay, I'm already diving into this and I shouldn't be.
What I did was I put the driver, put this onto a 318 distributor and then filed off every other point so it would be for a 4-cylinder. But that didn't work because the diameter of this was too big to fit beside the motor. So I got this one because it's smaller in diameter. So it can fit up in there. And see, it's the same jobby.
Here, why am I holding this?
I don't know.
You handed it to me.
Well, I wanted you to see my monstrosity. This and this are different.
You and I only have our memories.
See how they're different? I had to interchange.
Oh, these are different. Kim says these are different. Obviously, one of them's much larger than the other one, and she's trying to make something.
No, one's offset of center.
Oh, this one's in center. And this one's offset from center. Need to get off my dead ass and washerize something.
What I need is
I said, how thick does it need to be?
Doesn't matter. I need it to be. There's a clamp that holds the distributor down so it doesn't rotate.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't even need to be perfectly round or anything like that.
You need the clamp, or you need to make the clamp, or you
Got
need
a clamp. The clamp is here somewhere. I just was looking at it. Right. What I was going to do is going to use this hose clamp to hold say this was the washer, right?
Okay.
I was gonna put tabs on it so it would be under this hose clamp so I could clamp it with that hose clamp, and then I could put the thing on there and rotate it. So it could be in two halves, and it could just have tabs bent out of the center up.
Well, this sounds like a complicated part.
The center doesn't even have to be round. It just has to have tabs so I can clamp it down so it doesn't spin on this. You know?
She's got a part designed in her head.
Why don't I make it out of cardboard so you can see what I need?
Yeah, we got all the cereal boxes. This is what she needs. And this has a slot cut in it like this.
It's allowed. It could have a slot.
Okay, and it has these pieces that go up underneath the clamp.
Could you just copy it out of aluminum? Just cut it?
You want me to manufacture this? Kid wants one of these. See this? It's like flour. Maybe one of these grew out in the yard.
We'll go see.
Don't we have like a aluminum tree?
See if you can find. No, I'd be okay with that too.
Here.
You think you can do it?
Oh, I'm asking you to do it because you seem to know what to do.
Okay.
But I mean, is that piece good enough? That's a piece 025, 25 thousandths thick.
Seems pretty good.
Okay, what'd you do? It's the same thing, but it's not cardboard. Is the diameter too large or is it okay? There's a rough spot. Oh, there's a couple of rough spots. There's a rough spot where you cut it, of course. But I deburred it, but I noticed I left a spot. I accidentally left a spot. Okay, does everybody see this? I cut that out with a hole saw. She made the tabs. The tabs are underneath that clamp. And it's a little bit like this.
Little bit as this.
It's a little bit like this.
Well, yeah, but the
Okay.
clamp will.
Okay, as long as you know.
See, look, the clamp.
Yeah, let's see what the clamp looks. Oh, but that's upside down. It goes like this. Oh. Ooh.
36 good American dollars for this piece of garbage.
Does it have a water pump?
Does?
It does. Well, we've been here 4 hours and 5 minutes. It's got to be a record, Kim.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Sorry, I think we had fun.
These spark plugs don't look very bad. I don't think this engine was running too bad.
Well, the gap is huge.
Well, it had an electronic ignition, but we're putting points on it, so it's got to get down to what do you guys think the gap should be if we're going to back?
We have giant gap, way bigger than any of my gauges.
Yeah.
So anybody have any suggestions what we should do on this? She put a distributor with points. John says 035. That's probably reasonable.
No bigger. 032. Make it
032.
So this is my carb adapter. This is the fuel injected side. This is the Carter BVD side.
How to convert an engine. This is Kim. How to convert an engine from fuel injection and electronic ignition to points and a carburetor.
Had to be done.
Kim, how do I clean these? I don't have a good spark plug cleaner. That one's a mess.
What do they need cleaned for?
No, they're just
They're close enough. They're either going to work or they're not.
they're either going to make sparks or they're not. Okay.
I'm not overly concerned.
I mean, they're if this made sparks, it would amaze me. That electronic ignition had to be really something.
Somebody put new spark plugs in, gapped completely wrong, and they couldn't understand why it wouldn't start.
Yeah, Tavo, how am I supposed to get anything done around my house when I'm distracted daily by buffing Kim Live? Yeah, we decided we were pretty busy with YouTube today, and we decided to come up here. Why not? Mark Twain, that's Shania Twain's husband, right? Yeah, I probably never knew each other.
Go girls.
So,
feeling all have a good time.
where'd my cleaner go? I guess I put.
The best thing about being alone is my prerogative. What did you want from me?
I got your spark
You want to
plugs.
pull them in, or
No, put them in. They're kind of dirty, but I think they'll spark.
all right?
They're all at 35,000s.
We have an accurate gauge. Do a progress.
Oh yeah, well I'm talking to you, and then I turn around, and I look, you're shooting a video. It's like, whoa, man, I'm talking.
You guys get the early access on the video because you're a
See
watcher.
who all's in here now. We got
Oh yeah,
Dylan, and we got
hi Tavo. Hey
Tavo's
Dylan.
here. Yeah, I know you were paying attention to your vehicle. Those plugs are all gapped to 35,000.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll put plugs.
John Warburton said they're supposed to be.
I think I agree with John. That's about right.
Yeah, I would think so. 21. Oh, you did open it already.
Fail.
Okay, so now I'm going to open it again.
Well, you can do an unpackaging.
Unpackaging.
Oh.
Oh, and we have this. That's probably the most important part. And we have instructions that I left in the box. We have one of these things.
We don't need no stinking instructions.
And we have one of these things. Carbonator. This is what makes the carbon, or just the carbon.
Yeah.
So
it meters the carbon.
Has a Der Vormerkoffer. So on the Volkswagens, there were these little labels you could get for all the controls, and one of them I remember on the choke, the label said Der Vormerkoffer, and the one on the light said Der Glimmerblinken, and the windshield wiper said Der Drizzle Flipping. I thought it was pretty funny stuff.
It was a simpler time. It might run. I don't know. I've never had this running. And the guy who I got it from, he said it ran. And the reason it stopped running is something went wrong with it. It lost spark. And then they weren't sure if it was getting fuel. And it sat around, and they gave up.
Yeah,
I know the gas tank, someone pulled the gas tank half out and then never reinstalled it. So how people get it. It's a basket case, but it's the rust. The only rust is the rust you can see on the top of this door. It's pretty complete. It is not a 3.9. It's a K car motor.
It's a 2.5 with the balance shafts in it.
It's either a 2.2 or a 2.5. We're not even 100% sure. But it's supposed to be a 2.5.
In Germany, they speak gibberish.
That is a BBD card. We got it from, we got it from Amazon, maybe? We have our distributor plugged in there. We got some wires, but we had to re-gap. I made Buff Del Campo re-gap some spark plugs for point system. A steel adapter to go from the fuel-injected throttle body thing to 4-bolt mount. So we're going to put that on there. And then we've just got a regular coil. So a couple of wires away from trying to see if we can get it to fire off.
All right. So. Oh, what is that you're pouring in there?
Gasoline.
Hopefully gasoline.
Soap.
Soap. You poured soap in there. It says gain on it.
I filled the
carburetor with gain.
There's a lot.
So.
Okay, it is very much this juice wire.
Oh, there's a juice wire. Oh, you're putting that on permanently. So if it needs to be shut off, I rip that out of that slot.
You ready?
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. I hope. Man, I was picking the battery up.
Year and a half of preparation.
That sounds like a diesel or no oil pressure.
Oh, yeah? I couldn't even tell.
Did you check the oil?
No.
Well, it sounds like there's no oil.
Okay. Might not have any.
God.
It started! Where's my high five?
Hey, that was electronic ignition, electronic fuel injection, and now it's points,
Check
and
that
and a
out.
carbonator. Did you have any indication of oil pressure anywhere, or do you have a capability of looking at it? Man, I couldn't shut that off. I was pulling that wire and it's picking the battery up. Mic is too sensitive. It cut out on the starter noise. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, it started and ran great, except it's a little noisy sounding. She's got some dubious oil in there.
You know what? It wasn't the oil. It's the tip of the dipstick's so dirty.
Okay, well maybe you can check the oil and see what's going on.
Coil, distributor,
Oh, we need some air.
carburetor, and
You just filled this place.
she goes. She does it. The Dakota does actually run, so now
Something sounds terrible.
it doesn't have a throttle. Really? Maybe it just needs to bring up pressure. It didn't run that long. It hadn't run in a while.
It sounds like a diesel from out here, which there's a lot of clattering.
I mean, those lifter, it could just be a lifter down or something like that.
Sounds like every lifter.
It will run though. It didn't even sound that weak or anything. All right, we got the cover off, and here she is. Cam on top, valve on this side, lifters on this side. Let's see if they This one's super sloppy. They're roller followers. This one here is super sloppy. But most of them are up a little bit. That one's really soft. That one's up. I don't know. If we damaged it because someone put the timing belt on wrong, I don't think we can make it worse, can we? They told us to check the timing belt. So that this hole right here is supposed to be straight up to the flat of the, you see it, it's lined up where it's supposed to be. But it doesn't look so good down below where it is supposed to line up. So I'm going to see if what I can do about showing you that. This here is the crankshaft, the center of the crankshaft. And then this here is a counterbalance shaft. And there's a mark on here and a mark on here. And they should line between the centers of those two shafts. So I'm going to try and show you where the marks are. But they should be lined up when this is straight up like that. So let's go down below and I'll see if I can show you, because I can't see, but I might be able to show you with the camera. That dot and the little mark, I don't know if you can see, but they're supposed to be, nose to nose, and I don't think they're aligned properly. See if I agree with what they did in the past or not. And if I don't, I'm going to loosen that tensioner and get it set correctly. We moved it up. This is how it's lined now. You can see the dot and the dash. Moved it one tooth. I feel like that is better alignment. We're going to give it a start before long here and see if it still clatters all beastly like. I didn't show you, didn't say anything but the looby did, but I took some Lucas and just dumped it on the cam lobes so they'd all have some nice slickiness to them.
Slickiness.
Slickery.
Engines need slickiness.
Slickeriness.
Put it in there. Stuff it in there. It'll quit when oh, you're going to see if the carburetor leaks.
Yeah, we're doing this in one
step at a time.
one dumb mistake at a time.
Is that in the gas? Oh, it is. It's in the fuel. Why isn't that pulling any fuel?
I don't know, maybe there's already fuel in the...
Oh, they just stopped making noise. It's probably full now.
I mean, the carburetor's full of gas. So.
Okay, that's why it stopped making noise.
Let's just see if it starts.
Yeah,
if it
let's
does,
see.
we'll worry about getting the pump going better. Here come the bugs.
Here come the mosquitoes.
Yep, and the heat.
Oh, is it warm out there?
Oh, it's so warm out there.
It's warm out there. Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. You have no gas pedal, do you?
No.
Okay, so you're going to need to prime that with something. Yeah, just dump some in there. Pump, do like a little more. I know it. Okay, that's good. People always underprime, and I don't know why they do
Not
that.
everybody.
With a cold
Some
engine.
people do.
Cold
Yeah,
engine,
it's
you
stone
can.
cold.
Yep. Oh my God.
Noise is gone.
Noise is completely gone.
Yeah.
Barrows, you're so damn smart.
You saved it, man.
You
saved
diagnosed that from halfway across the country.
That's insane. Way to go. Teamwork makes the dream work, baby. Hey, you can sit down.
I'm going back to my seat.
All right, the Dodge Dakota is moving along. I found an alternator belt, which also runs the water pump. I scavenged a power steering belt, which is nice. I tethered this down with some safety wires so the ignition coil won't fall off the engine. Our carburetor is carbureting. I found the bracket and safety wired it up here to this. It's janky, but it works. I plugged some vacuum lines that, and I hooked up the brake booster to the new carburetor, which should hopefully give us some better brakes, because they work, they're just very soft. I made myself a miniature gas tank, under hood gas tank. We've got a little click-clack to keep the carburetor going. Nice twisted wires back to our battery. And I believe, and our valve cover gaskets, our valve cover that we had to take off, we put some gray goop on there and bolted it back together. So the oil won't go everywhere because it is bolted down. It may not be good enough to drive, but it's good enough to do some testing on. We've got our ignition wired straight to the battery with a clamp. And all we got to do is, here you hear the click-clack running. And we are going to give it an attempt to start it up and maybe pull it outside. I don't know. Let's see if it'll go. It seems so positive the first go. Heck.
There's no choke, is there?
No, but I pumped it a couple times, and I know that I want to make sure it's not.
Usually those things quit making noise when they build up pressure.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Here.
It's not going to shoot gas. Okay, stick it on there and get it to go.
Is it pumping anything?
Yeah, it drained it. Drained it right out.
So the pump's not working.
No, the pump works great.
Oh, it drained what out?
It drained this right out.
Oh! Okay, so it does work.
I think the carburetor's not accepting fuel for some reason. Maybe it just needed some coercion to get going.
Hey, usually those things quiet down when they're pumping. I don't know why they're making so much racket.
It's old. I've used it for some dubious stuff. I pumped out the tank of that green truck, and you saw how bad it was. So. All right, stick it back on here. See if we can get it to. See if it'll fill the carburetor up.
Okay. Oh, it's quieter.
Well, it's full of fuel. There's fuel in the pump now.
Okay. Well, that's what I remember with those pumps. Is they're much quieter than that.
Come on. All right, let's give it a little tap. Sound like it broke free right there.
Sound like whatever it was started pumping.
There it goes. Now it's working.
Okay, sounds right.
Sounds better. I believe we are.
Okay, we're ready to go.
Business.
One wire now. Oh, because that's the ignition.
The other one's the ignition.
Well, now that I know what I'm doing.
Okay, let me give it a. It ought to be primed. So.
Okay, let me back up here a little bit.
there an idle adjustment?
It's still got lots of fuel.
Okay, all right, good.
Let's check the.
Well, that thing sounds really good.
It's not too bad. It's just not ready to idle yet. But
Yeah, I know that. It's
I don't
cold.
think that's.
It's cold and it's idle probably isn't.
It's not
Nothing's adjusted quite right.
at all. Plus, I have no idea what the base timing is. 1.5 probably.
That's where I usually start, but I don't know this carburetor at all. So
Somewhere there's a timing tab on the transmission.
Oh.
Everything is so dark.
Good luck. Yeah, you can't see that yet.
Not on this side. There's one photograph. It's when you search on the internet, they show you one photograph.
And you can't see even which side of the engine's on. It's too close.
And it's on a front-wheel drive vehicle. Different transmission.
Actually runs pretty nicely right now.
Yeah, let me see if adjusting those idle screws.
Yeah, that and then
But I
you might be able to drive it.
The timing is.
Well, and it's not. It's stone cold engine. Hang on, I got to set this down. Okay, we're going. I'd say the idle's just really slow.
I'm going to give you half a turn.
Really?
Yeah, it could be, like I said, it could be the timing as well.
Well, I was thinking just idle adjustment. This.
Ta-da! Carbureted with a distributor.
What are all these wires?
I don't know. None of these wires do nothing. This computer's not. Doesn't work. Nothing. Not necessary.
Just leave the hood. Oh, no way to turn it off.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
So there goes a parts truck running. Oh, here she comes. Oh, she found reverse. I wanted you to look at the exhaust pipe, smell it, get your hand down there or something.
Why? What'd you think?
Sounds great. I don't know. It looks kind of bluish oil smoke to me, but I don't know. Okay, you done?
Yeah.